Welcome back to the Metronome Madness League. We've got the Shadow Squad going up against the Heavenly Heatrans in round number 13. Currently on the field for the Shadow Squad, starting off the match against the Bellsprout on the Heatrans. Hitting the Bellsprout for a little bit of damage there as Bellsprout goes for a nice slash. That does quite a bit. Curlia taking about a third of its health from that. It goes for a shell sidearm. That hits for a lot of damage. There goes the Bellsprout in the yellow as it goes for a poison jab, which is super effective, and Curlia goes down. Quick matchup between the first two Pokemon here, and now we'll have the Fracture on the field for the Shadow Squad. It goes first here with the Drill Peck, which is super effective, and Bellsprout will go down as well. So both teams have lost one Pokemon, and now Magcargo will come out on the field for the Heatrans. Both of these teams are 5-7 on the season. This battle is very important because winning here can make the difference between them making the playoffs and being out of it. As the Bug Bite pops the air balloon that the Magcargo was holding on to. Magcargo tries for a Burning Bulwark, but it will fail. And here comes the Fracture with the Thunder Wave. Interesting, going to paralyze the Magcargo, hopefully giving the Fracture some extra turns to attack when the Magcargo is paralyzed, as Magcargo goes for a Crest Grip, only doing a bit of damage to the Fracture. Here comes Fracture again, this time with the beat up. That will only hit twice, as there are two Pokemon left, and it doesn't do that much damage at all. But Magcargo is fully paralyzed this turn, so Fracture gets to attack again. This time it goes for a Fury attack, another multi-hit move, and it gets burned by the Flame Body. I was gonna say that it's not a good idea to go for those physical moves, especially one that hits multiple times per turn, as you just increase your chances of getting burned by that Flame Body ability. Magcargo going for the Mega Drain. It is not very effective, so it would just give it a little bit of health back, but not that much. And Fracture, of course, gonna be damaged by that burn. The other downside is that its attack is now lowered, so its physical attacks probably won't do that much, as an Acrobatics proves it, as it does absolutely nothing to the Magcargo's health, as the Worry Seed is used by the Magcargo, making Fracture's ability Insomnia instead. Now I won't be able to use moves like Rest in order to heal up. Here comes Fracture once again, this time with the Close Combat. That's a good move, it's super effective, but it is dampened by the burn. Magcargo survives it. It's in the yellow though. Magcargo will be fully paralyzed this turn, and Fracture will get to attack again. That is going to be a saving grace here. That paralysis, if it keeps helping it, will help it get past this matchup with an Aqua Jet, which is super effective. Definitely would have knocked it out without the burn. However, Magcargo hangs on with a little bit of HP as it goes for a Poison Sting. That will barely do any damage and cannot poison due to Fracture already being burned. Here comes a Wrap from the Fracture, and that does not do anything. It fails to hit, and Magcargo paralyzed again. That Thunder Wave really helping that Fracture out in this battle, as it goes for a Torment here. So Torment, of course, going to stop Magcargo from using Metronome every turn, and it will have to only use it every other turn, as Fracture now is hurt by his burn once again. This time Fracture will go for an Aqua Jet again, and Magcargo goes down. So the Torment didn't come into play, but Magcargo does faint. Fracture, however, in the danger zone thanks to the burn. So things aren't perfect for the Shadow Squad here, even though they are one Pokemon up. Oh, they start with a Taunt though. First the Torment, then the Taunt on the Nose Pass. That is out for the Heatrans. The burn taking Fracture even closer to fainting. Fracture now will go for a Rain Dance. So it's going to start to rain here, powering up any water type moves. Of course, Nose Pass is weak to that. It will struggle thanks to the Taunt that does knock out the Fracture. And Corvisquire will come out onto the field for the Shadow Squad. So each team has their last Pokemon on the field, as Corvisquire goes for a Quick Attack, which is not very effective. Nose Pass still has to struggle here. It's in the yellow thanks to the recoil, but it will not be affected by the Taunt after that turn, so we'll be able to attack again. Corvisquire putting up a Substitute. Maybe trying to avoid any Stab Rock type moves, I guess, with that, as Nose Pass goes for a Hurricane. Very strong move. It is eaten up by that Substitute. I think that Substitute actually saved the Corvisquire there. That could have done a lot of damage. There goes Corvus Squire now with a side beam. Nose Pass at about a quarter of its health, not looking great. Here comes Nose Pass again, this time going for the magic room. So any held items are going to lose their effects here, and Corvus Squire will now go for the ally switch, which will fail as it is a one-on-one battle. Here comes Nose Pass once again. A Nose Pass with an iron head. It's not stab, it's not the Probo Pass, unfortunately, for the Heatrans. As Corvus Squire goes again, it goes for the Shadow Claw. Nose Pass in the danger zone now. Here comes once again Nose Pass. Now going for a slash. Corvus Squire getting pretty close to the red as well. And Corvus Squire will terrastalize here. And of course, this is not happening because I forgot to terrastalize them earlier and then accidentally hit the button to terrastalize them at this point. That's definitely not what happened right here. As we go for the horn attack, not very effective against the Nose Pass. And Nose Pass will attack again. He'll go for a beat up, which of course will only hit once. Corvus Squire still in the yellow. Of course, I have to terrastalize the Nose Pass if Corvus Squire is going to be terrastalized. So there it goes. Nose Pass is a water type. And we will forget this. I left this in because it really didn't affect the turn out of the battle. Here comes the Syrup Bomb from the Corvus Squire, which is super effective. Would have been super effective if it was a rock type. And Nose Pass faints right here, giving the win to the Shadow Squad. So they are 6 and 7 right now. Pretty close to just squeaking by in the playoffs. If they can win their next 2 matches, they probably will make it in there. However, if they don't, they won't make it. The Heatrans 5 and 8, getting pretty close to being knocked out of the playoffs. Again, the only 2 teams that have clinched a spot is the Horrible Hoppers and the Growlithe Pack so far, and we'll have to watch the rest of these battles to see who else will make it in. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.